Okay, so the more my woodworking has picked up, the more I'm coming across problems and weaknesses in my processes and systems. One of the systems I have is dust collection. So normally, you see it all the time in the background. My dust collector is a big Craftsman 6.5 horse shop vac, and I put the dust deputy on it, and I use it that way. Problem I've got is I've got the DeWalt 735. I put a helical head in it. Works fantastically. The issue I have with it is it has a built-in blower to blow the chips away from the cutter head and away from the machine. If you don't do something to capture it on the outside, it will snow your entire wood shop. It's so powerful. So what I do is I feed it to the dust deputy that's mounted to a 55-gallon barrel, and then I use the shop vac to pull the positive pressure out of the barrel. So the shop vac's not actually sucking from the machine like it normally does. The idea is it pulls the positive air pressure out of the barrel to keep everything contained. For some reason, since I have upgraded the cutter head on it, it's creating a lot more positive pressure than it did. So it's moving much, much more air than it used to. And it's causing some problems. I actually had to put latches on the lid to keep the lid down. Sometimes it's powerful enough to pop those latches and the whole head raises. Other times it just says screw it and blows the lid off, which it's done like 3 times this morning while I was just trying to mill up some timbers. And when it does that, it takes all the dust from inside the barrel and makes all the dust outside the barrel. So I thought there was something wrong with the shop vac. So I've pulled the filter out, cleaned it, cleaned the barrel, cleaned the line, everything. And it's flowing as good as it's going to flow. I've just out-capacitated the power of the shop vac. So I have to come up with a solution because I'm tired of dust blowing all over the place. I can't function like this. It gets everywhere. And it's the super fine, thin dust. It's not the chips or the shavings. That stays in the barrel pretty much. It's the super fine, the powdery stuff that's really bad for you that it's blowing out. So, came up with a solution. Turn you guys around here. Ta-da! I'll move my cup. No free advertisements in my video. I went to everybody's favorite tool store, the Harbor Freight, and got the new Harbor Freight dust collector. It is 1.5 horsepower, 1100 CFM, and it comes with the pleated filter that actually has a tumbler inside of it to help knock the dust off the inside of the filter, help keep the filter cleaner longer. So I'm going to get set up. We're going to do an unboxing video, and we're going to see if this thing can solve that thing's problem. Okay, so you're just going to have to kind of trust me. My shop's tore up right now. I had to stop mid-project to make this happen because it's such a pain. But I got the one box here, and the other box is right here. That box is very heavy, so I'm guessing that's where the motor's at. Box 1 of 2 actually says the filter. So I'm guessing this is just a canister filter. Now, why did I go with this guy? Well, it's relatively cheap. It's $450 regular price as of today, which is February 2025. With coupon, because I have a Harbor Freight. Don't buy anything at Harbor Freight unless you got a coupon. A coupon can apply for almost anything. Coupon's 15% off. So whatever 15% minus 4. So that's $67 or something. Ooh, that's a big old filter. And then here's the beaters on the inside. You turn a big cranky handle and it beats them. So let me get up here some banding hardware. And I got to clip this stuff off here. Clip, clip. Clip, clip. What do we got going on? All right. Well, what's that do? the batter thing on the inside is just loose, and I'm guessing it goes through the axle here, or through this hole, but it's not mounted through it, so play with that. So package of hardware. This is a strap. I'm guessing this is the filter strap to mount it to the... So this runs off of a theme baffle type system. So I'm guessing this is what mounts the filter to the theme baffle. Big box. And the garbage. No paperwork in that box, so. And then here's the handle for the beater. Sorry. Kind of in a rush to do this. I want to get back to work on my project because I don't get a whole lot of days anymore to work on my projects, and today is kind of a special day to get some stuff done. So I have to stop and do this. Box 2. All right. Stuff and things in here. Oh, so this is the base. I've bought a lot of things from Harbor Freight over the years. Drill presses and the bandsaw. I had their 14-inch bandsaw for a while. That thing sucked. Don't buy that. May have just been mine, but I had a terrible experience. This is hands down the heaviest steel that's now scratched that I've ever gotten out of a Harbor Freight toolkit. So those are the uprights that hold the theme baffle and filter assembly. I did research this thing before I bought it. I've been keeping an eye on it for a while and dragging my feet. Didn't want to buy it, and now I'm kind of forced to buy it. Oh, here's our book. Here's the book. How to build things. And then that will be our dust collection bag. Boop. So let's get stuff all unboxed here. Filter, hardware, things, other things, clipping. Okay. So this is the theme baffle. That's hardware things. That's my splitter. That goes, something important. So this is a theme baffle. How theme baffles work, it's actually kind of a newer, I don't know, 20, 30-year process. Your air comes in through the hole, spins around inside this drum, and falls. And this plate here kind of is supposed to restrict stuff from coming back up and up into the filter, because the filter will sit up here. Let's set him down. What else do we got here? New casters. It's on wheels. Makes it easy to move around. I like that idea. This is the 6-inch diameter hose. 6-inch diameter hose. So this will go from the motor or the blower to the theme baffle. And then I have the actual motor itself. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it out of here. That's heavy. Oh, geez. Oh, boy. That's actually that's a big lady right there. That probably weighs 70 pounds. My big stupid self is just handling it. Okay. Let's set you down. You'll stay. I have to give you guys a close-up of that motor. So it doesn't come with any 4-inch hose. So I have to go to the wood store and get some 4-inch hose because there is none. Not the end of the world. 4-inch, the wood store is the opposite direction of this Harbor Freight that I went to, so whatever, I guess. So let's check our stuff here. We got some strappings. These are for the hose clamps. Phillips head screwdrivers. Bags of nuts. Casters. Some sort of block, I'm not sure. So there aren't any, I think there's 2 reviews on YouTube about this machine right now because it's so new. It just came out this year a few months ago. The only complaint that anybody has had on this thing is This plastic cap is a cheap little chintzy part. Other than that, I mean, that's as solid as the piece that's on my Laguna, so nothing special there. The theme baffle's heavy. I mean, that's a pretty heavy piece. It's 6-inch diameter air ducting pipe. That's pretty good. That plate's the heaviest thing that I think I've ever, or heaviest piece of flat stamp steel I've ever seen in a Harbor Freight. So now that we're all set up, let's start building. It says just start with the canisters. Loud noises, sorry. So casters, they just screw in? Are they pre-threaded? I don't think there's any nuts to the casters. I think they're welded on. Oh, that was wrong. Must be in the big bag of nuts here. Let me grab some to dump these in. Magnet trays. Gotta love them. Get those at Harbor Freight. They're a couple bucks a piece. Need lots of those. So it says washer and a nut. So that's a screw. And assortment up here. Sorry, you guys are watching on camera. You need don't fit. And then you wrench for this guy. So there you go. All right. In this. So there you go. Now I'm using their wrench to tighten the caster because it's flat steel. And always do it because I caster. Now, I did not buy it. I didn't know it existed. They have a cycle separator, but I think it matches this thing. Maybe I'll get it. I'm going to do a separator before the store at some point. Okay, today. So, I'll catch it around. Well, I did it. You're it. You go away. You'll use them some videos. They really don't. So, you just roll now. Bye. Stay look at. All right. Let's go. Okay. 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 Maybe one washer. We got a washer on here. Don't play which one. This is washer. So, I got the wrong one. There's a washer there. There's a washer there. What is there? Something Harbor Freight. It was explained to me that Chinese factories want one of the factories, it says the factory, so my understanding is different companies go to these Chinese factories and they want something else. And it's okay to do that. And then, let's say manufacturer, almost factory today. So we have 2 shifts, we have enough product control 5 features. So it was okay. We don't manufacture for 2 shifts, what do you do there? My understanding, so the pattern falls could very well be, my understanding is, if you're building the same product, or very similar product, that requires the same tooling, but then they have the quality control because they name manufacturer, and this is all different. Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not. Sounds true to me. It's a machine we don't get against all. It's identical. The old Delta, no Grizzly, that kind of Delta, right here, identical. Except for the pins that hold the 2 networks, there's a frame, processor. In all, the torque, there's no real quality. So, I'm curious what this thing takes off of. Again, this is part of anything from Bauer Dust, Bauer Dust. So, that's a washer. I do know the only corporate industrial world, there's no that stuff. This is stuff that does Chinese force for. There's many industries out there designed to attract Chinese skills and work. I'm going to get that. So, allow us to look at corporation, all jobs to Chinese. All right. Casters on. Down to the floor. Skateboard. All right. Let me move the camera. Well, let's put the rest of this thing together. All right, you guys are gonna have to mind the dog because he just wants to be in the middle of everything. No, big boy. Don't you, big boy. Go sit. Go sit. No kisses. Thank you. Lay down. You can be in the video. Lay down. Good boy. I said lay down. All right. You don't listen real well. Are your ears turned off too? The boys' ears are turned off. Are yours turned off as well? There. So sit that guy on there. This says bolt nut washers. Sure, look at that. Oh, look at that. Turning also like this too. Sorry. Then take one. I'll see stuff. Maybe turn it off a little bit. Here. Holy cow. that's on. This thing ain't half bad put together. Let's do. Need the legs now. Legs for the machine baffle. Needs. Is that just a bolt? So the legs are pre-threaded, but the plate for the blower motor is not. That's interesting. Oh, I guess they're pre-threaded. Let's do them. That's pre-threaded. This other corner is pre-threaded, but this one here in the middle is not. Seems kind of backwards, but whatever. You know what? I can't really complain too much about this with how it's looking. Looking at these threads, with everything down. You know what I'm working about so far? I think I did out freak out. I'm doing this by hand a little bit, real stressed out. Do it again. Put these things down and then all right, let's try again here. What else do we got? Clean baffle time. All right. Bolt 37, nut 5. I don't know what bolt 37 or nut 5 is. Let's adjust the camera a little bit here. All right. Should be 6 of them here. Well, I got 6 left, so it's a good sign. So for this, I'll get each one of these guys started here. Hard to find the end of that bubble. There we go. Well, that's all right now. Okay. Yep. I mean, it was wobbly, but I mean, it's 3 legs on stamp steel. Whatever. What do you expect? So now I put the tube here on. I need a nut driver or screwdriver for that guy. Do a nut driver. Is standard or metric? That, the metric. Just gotta find the right one. There we go. All right. Oh, damn it. What the hell? Not the biggest fan of these style hose clamps, but it'll work. So, one on each end. One on each end. Oh, shit. Well, maybe I should get that guy tightened on there first so I don't lose it. I don't know. I'll get a washer in this. Well, shit. You want a washer? Where's the washer? I'll get a washer. There we go. That's okay. All right, that works. I gotta put on. So how does this all go together here? So here's the filter. There he goes. That makes more sense now. Okay, so this guy comes out, and I gotta flip him around. I need the long threaded end for the handle, the short threaded end for this guy. Got it. There we go. Nailed it. Yes, and that guy, this lock washer goes there. Yeah. It says, "Are you Mr. Lock Washer? Are you a half?" Holy shit, it's a half. What the heck? What is going on, Harbor Freight? So, I got a whole bunch of nuts and bolts and stuff, but there's nothing in this book about the, how to put that job together, the filter. Did I not see it in the box? Nope. So I got to assemble the filter job, but there's no assembly instructions. That's terribly odd. Oh shit. So I'm gonna guess this jobber goes here. So run the nut down, put a washer on it. Try not to tear up my filter in the process. Run it through the filter. And these are the beaters that spin inside that filter and help knock the debris and crap down. Put that guy in there. There he goes, and then what the hell? So now that one doesn't want to go in. So how does I don't know. See, now it clears to get in the axle part here. So I'm guessing I'm just going to do that. And this guy can go on. Here's my wrench. Now I don't want that tight. I want it loose enough it'll spin. And then I guess we'll put the handle up here. Again, don't want it tight. I want it loose enough to spin. What's that block do? That's a bumper of some sort. Does that go underneath? No, that don't go underneath there. That's something. I don't know. I guess maybe I'll try to find instructions online real quick. So let me look, see what there is. Okay, so I downloaded the manual from the Harbor Freight website. Mine is missing the middle page. There's a page that's supposed to be in here. So, but what you do is the beaters get the one lock nut at the bottom. Then you get a regular nut, a washer, the bar. Now the bar is notched for the shaft so that it spins as a unit. Another washer, another lock nut, another flat nut. I gotta get it started on here. And that nut want to start on there. Let me loosen up the lock nut at the bottom. I need a little more shaft to come up at the top here. There we go. And I can push the whole assembly up. All right. There we go. Now we're talking. Drop that nut, drop that lock washer, drop the flat washer. And now I need whatever size nut that guy is. Actually, I need to get a socket wrench and a nut for this job here. Is this one the same size? Oh, yeah. Size of this guy. Good Lord. There we go. So that's a 17. Oh, I need my wrench. 17 wrench. There we go. Okay. Run that guy down. Then they give you a nice cap nut to cap the whole thing off. But let's do this real quick. Loosen this whole assembly up real quick. Pull her up. Push that nut down. Kind of a Chinese finger trap action going on here. There we go. And cap nut, or acorn nut, whatever you want to call it. Tight. Okay. That's simple. So this guy spins, and you can hear it beating the inside of the filter. The idea is it knocks off all the debris from inside the pleats down into the bag. All right, let's try this guy now. See if she'll fit. Oh, it goes over the top. That's backwards there. So, take this guy out. This actually holds your trash bag up in the bottom. It goes up under like that. Let's put the filter on because the filter goes over the outside. And then Mr. Bandy strap goes around that. Okay. And let's snap. Ah, not so bad. Ooh, cool. Now, put the bag on. So I don't know, can I use normal trash bags? Like, that's a lot heavier than a normal trash bag. Says it's 33 gallon, I believe. I got a bunch of 44 gallon or 40 and 55 gallon bags, so I wonder if I can use one of those. So I know the bag goes through the hoop, and the hoop, or you fold the bag over the top of the hoop. So the other dust collector Harbor Freight sells, the, I don't know, 1 horse, 3/4 horse, whichever, the green one, the Central Machinery. People complained about the putting the bag, because you had to fight the bag and the strap and everything all at the same time. That's this entirely different system, but that's kind of easy. Let's take you and shove you up under here and see what happens. I think the hardest thing I've ever done. So, I mean, it doesn't feel secure, but I guess it is. All right, next, this job. Just the camera so you can see what I'm doing here. There you go. All right, so I got this job here is the splitter. So you don't have to use the splitter if you're running a 6-inch trunk. I don't know if anybody's going to be using 6-inch trunks on a Harbor Freight dust collector. I mean, that's a lot of airflow. That's a big old hose. I mean, that's 6-inch there. And I need a screw. Oh, I got shit. I got my screw gun right here. Let's drive him in. It's got 2, 1 at the bottom. All right. And we're done. We are, I don't know, an hour? Not even an hour? I don't know how much of this video you guys are going to see because I'll probably fast forward a lot of it. Let's turn this little jobber on here. So this says it's 115 volt, 15 amp. That's short cord. I don't like the short cord. Rem extension. Luckily, I put 20 amp outlets in my garage. So let's see here. This guy goes here. Turn her on. Whoops. I tripped the breaker on the GFCI. That's not a good sign. Let's reset you. Oh, it wasn't the GFCI. I tripped the breaker on the extension cord is actually a real. Tripped that breaker because that's only 15. Hold on. All right, I had to move a little closer to the outlet. I know, I'm just ignoring you. The extension cord, well, it's supposed to be 15 amp, but it's obviously not because this actually only says it's 11.5 amp at 115 volt. I know, I'm just ignoring you, aren't I? Sit down. Down, all the way. Up, up. So, and now let's turn this on for the first time. Watch this! Oh! That moves some air. That make that shop vac sure looks stupid. So let's move the camera and get some final thoughts on this thing. Yeah. So that's a lot more suction than what I expected. I've never owned a legit dust collector before. I've always used shop vac and dust deputies and that type of stuff. But that moves some air. I don't have a, I don't know, whatever the little gauge is that measures airflow to determine it. There's somebody else that does a video that's similar that already has one. But I believe that is going to solve my problems. I mean, you'll see it in upcoming videos, and you'll get my opinion on it over time. I need to go get some hose because they didn't supply me any. I don't know if they just do it to be cheap or if they're like, hey, somebody's going to hook this up to a 6-inch trunk, but somebody's going to hook this stupid thing up to a 6-inch trunk. Let's be serious here. I know if you're using 6-inch trunk, you got big boy tools. I know. I am just all over here. Yes, I am. I am right in your area. Yeah, no real complaints. Like, the assembly is relatively easy. They don't tell you what screws go into what holes, though, which is the Harbor Freight way. The instructions are merely a recommendation on assembly and not a requirement. I know you give kisses. I know. But, so yeah, hope you like the video and my co-host today. I know you're just big friendly. So I'm going to go get some hose and hopefully get back to work. So, bye.